Hi everybody, I'm trying my new camera, or my old camera here, trying to get it going. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to strip this battery down and show you how to fit the BMS. I've already fitted it, but the video camera didn't work right, so I'm going to show you again. Tools you'll need: Oogie Doogie with a crosshead, 10mm spanner, 13mm spanner, and a sharp spike. So let's get going. Sharp spike, take the little plastic clips out. There's only 6 in this battery. My screw missing.
Is the one at the front door off?
The screw?
Yeah.
No. It'll be here on the floor, I've just taken it out. Now, 13mm spanner. Take off these connections. It doesn't matter in which order you take these off, but you've just got to remember not to short them out because there's still power in the battery. So the best way to get the battery out is to turn it over on the table and then just lift the casing off. Like so. Right, as you can see, I've already fitted the daily BMS. This is an insulation board. Underneath that was these. I removed those off the board because the daily BMS is slightly wider than my original BMS, so it won't fit back in the box. So I had to take these off from underneath there, and I used alien tape. Now, alien tape is double-sided tape, which is quite thick. I've got 3 layers and 2 strips with 3 layers to hold the board down. And that daily will fit back in this gap here, and then we've got the wiring here. So I'll take it apart and show you anyway. So this is where you need the 10mm spanner. This is the earth cable. This is the B- cable. I need to tighten it up a bit more anyway. Now the B- cable is where all the sensing is done. And then you've got the mains cable here. I don't need to take that one off. So this is the old BMS, as you can see it's considerably lower. That had 4 cables on here to an earth connection, which is this now, this connection here, which I've joined together down here, as you can see. Then you've got the B- the sense wire. This would have been back here, that goes on there. And then you've got the 4 cables connected to the thing, and then the temperature sensor. This has got a built-in temperature sensor. It's also waterproof, so if your battery goes underwater for some reason, this will be waterproof and protect all the circuit board, etc. from getting damaged. Now, when you connect this up, the black cable, the number 1 cable on there, goes to this sense wire. So let's tighten this back up. I don't know if everybody knows this, but when lithium batteries are made, they select the cells that are very close together. So the voltage are very similar. And this monitoring system on the BMS makes sure that all of those cells stay charged at the same rate. So what we do is we connect the black wire to the blue B minus, then the next wire along goes to cell number 1, the next wire goes to cell number 2, and the next wire goes to cell number 3. The fourth wire goes to here, to the positive. That's all 4 cells under control. This will charge all 4 cells equally if you do that. Okay. Now I know these look like they've got fans on them, but they haven't. So I think we can put this back together now. So what happens is, this goes up to the terminal, and this goes up to the terminal. So we use the tape to hold the wires down. Now, one word of caution, make sure that these bolts aren't too long, because what happens is the bolt tightens down, but it doesn't tighten down the contact on there, and that means leave it loose, and that means you'll end up with a fire, so you don't want that. So make sure that these are tight before you put your battery back together. Right, let's get the box back. This is why we have to take that sponge off underneath, because when you put this back in here, it is quite tight. So make sure when you bolt this on that the bolt goes all the way down and nips up the connection, because if the connection stays loose you'll end up with a fire, and you don't want a fire. So make sure that those terminals are tight. We all know what loose connections do. It's always good practice to use a spanner that is shorter than the gap between the 2 terminals. So you shorten them out, bang. I mean, once you've got a BMS in there, it's not too bad, because the BMS will shut the battery down. However, if you don't have a BMS in there, don't use a long spanner, like on a lead acid battery. So that's how the cables need to go. So that these gaps here, there's enough space for you to fit the cables in and put the lid down like so. They do have brass inserts in the bottom half, so they are screwing into metal into metal, not metal into plastic, which you get on some batteries. Okay, and there you go. Battery completed. Put the strap back in. So what you should have left over is a BMS, some plastic straps, and we just put the plastic clips back into the cover. They do have a bit of a recess on one side, so they'll only go in one way. And there we go. Oh, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.